What we do know down at Bournemouth is that O'Neill has gone, and in comes Andoni Iraola. He signed a 2-year deal following the expiry of his contract at Rayo Vallecano. You were trying to do a bit of homework there, Simon, as to the upshot at Rayo Vallecano and where they ended up in La Liga.
I was just trying to ascertain the observations about he was much sought after.
Yeah.
The reasons would be why what brand of football he plays. Finishing 11th in La Liga, scoring 45 goals doesn't tell me very much. But the fact the guy's got a 39% win record. I mean, look, they must have done something. There must be a link and a reasons why they've alighted upon this guy. Rayo Vallecano are not a big football club. They haven't spent that much time in La Liga. They don't play in front of big attendances because they've got a 14,000 capacity. So maybe there's metrics in there that makes it have some synergy. But it would be fascinating to understand from the owner why they changed from Gary O'Neill. They'll say because they believe that this guy was better. But what is it about this guy that will do a better job?
Well, funnily enough, back in February, I've just remembered this, and so has producer Luke. The same Andoni Iraola was tipped to go to Leeds United. Do you remember that? And La Liga TV's Phil Kitramolides came on then and told us about this man Iraola.
Obviously, he's an excellent candidate. What he's done with a really, really small club in Spain on a basically, I was going to say shoestring budget. I don't even think he's got a shoestring. He's got absolutely no money, and he's got them 5th in La Liga, 3 points off a Champions League spot. Last season, he took them to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. The year before that, he took a tiny second division side called Mirandés from a town of 30,000 people to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey as well. He's improved this Rayo Vallecano team, which is a limited team in terms of big names, in terms of quality. He's improved players individually, and he's got them playing an incredible brand of football. So he's a really, really strong candidate.
How does he do it, Phil? What's his style?
Listen, if I say to Leeds United fans that he played under Marcelo Bielsa at Athletic Bilbao, this really fantastic athletic team, it's a kind of organised chaos. He's sort of inherited that from his mentor. They get the ball out wide as quickly as possible, and they use their flying fullbacks and 2 flying wingers as well. Not just getting to the byline and putting balls into the box, but cutting inside, lots of overlapping. It's all about the wide play with this Rayo Vallecano side. So it's a aggressive, high-intensity, high-press kind of football, and it's one that is really, really good to watch. He's an intelligent man. He speaks English as well. He spent a year in New York at the end of his playing career, playing in New York City. He's been studying English. I think he's ready. He's still young. He's only 40, so he doesn't have a lot of experience at the highest level. He's only had this is his second season in La Liga. He got Rayo promoted a couple of seasons ago, but he could be the right fit.
He could be. So, Simon, putting aside sympathy we may or may not have for Gary O'Neill this morning, this is what this guy does. At a smaller club in Spain, and he's been at smaller clubs like Rayo Vallecano, with all due respect to them, he absolutely rinses every single ounce of effort, sweat, blood, sweat, the lot, out of the people at that club.
Yeah, you mean he coaches them?
To get them where they at best think they should be. Yeah. And then he moves on. So it could well be that after half a dozen or a dozen games into the new Premier League season, we might be bowing at the temple of Bill Foley, saying, "Well done, you were right about this guy."
I mean, the fellow was asked. I was looking at him in a little bit more detail. The fellow was asked 18 months ago after his team had beaten Barcelona, did he want to manage in the Premier League? And he was absolutely, yes, I do. It's an interesting one because it's one thing Marcelo Bielsa landing at Leeds United, with your Leeds United being in the Championship, being paid a huge salary for being in the Championship, the lure of a football club of that size with its potential, and Radrizzini having all the wealth that he had, drawing Marcelo Bielsa into the equation. It's another thing looking at Bournemouth as a manager that's being sought after. This is a guy that's being sought after. This is how it's being badged. He's being sought after by lots of clubs in European football. So he alights upon the side that most people would have inside their top 5 potential relegations for next season because of the size of the football club. Now, that may be unfair, but it's a reality, and they've proven the point this year that's not the case, and they've proven it previously with Eddie Howe keeping them in the division for a number of years. But it still is probably one of the least big names in the Premier League for a foreign coach to alight upon. You probably never heard of Bournemouth until he's seen Bournemouth play in the Premier League, because it's not one of those places or football clubs that you really think of besides their achievements in the Premier League in the last decade or so. So it makes it an interesting fit for him too.
Yeah.
And you read the bios that's written about him, how he's brought a team up that didn't even have running water in the stadium and all that sort of stuff, and build a side that's punched its weight. And it'll be interesting because we've got Roberto De Zerbi that certain people that are coming in this afternoon scoffed at, and he's gone on and done things that people didn't suggest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the platform is as stable at Bournemouth as it was at Brighton, but these younger coaches, 40 years of age, that have been captain of their sides, that clearly inspire players to get them together to focus on, are very useful and very capable. And it'd be interesting to find out what the link was, where this link come, because Foley comes into English football and makes a decision about a non-English manager from a less fashionable club in Spain that was out of contract, and brings him in.
Well, we mentioned it earlier. There are similarities here to what Cortese did at Southampton, when he bumps Nigel Atkins and in comes Mauricio Pochettino from Espanyol. There are similarities. When he talks about the next level, what's the next level for Bournemouth? Is there a next level? Or is it just about survival?
Well, I mean, they've been in the Premier League for a significant proportion of the last decade, and they've achieved things. And of course, once they stopped being able to score goals and they started to have problems defensively, they got relegated. And that was the accusation that others like me levied at Eddie Howe, was that he didn't get his team to defend very well. And he's just proved that by the nature of what he's done at Newcastle. But the next level... Well, the next level must be doing something similar to what Brentford have done, which is build another stadium that's got a bigger capacity, or enhance the stadium you've got there, and increase the opportunity. Because I'm assuming Bill Foley's bought Bournemouth to make an impression with football in this country of some shape or form, and add to a portfolio of investments that he's got, and a Premier League ownership model. He won't be wanting a Championship ownership model. So the next level is not to be embroiled in the concerns for most of the season of a relegation battle.
We'll speak to Gary O'Neill in the coming days. In due course. Where do you think is next for him?
I don't know. I was thinking that yesterday. I was thinking, given my perception of his personality, because I spent time with him, it'll be very interesting to see what his agents do, because he can trade off the back of the currency that he's developed, which was A, he spoke well in the media, B, he got his team performing for him, and C, he kept him in the Premier League against a backdrop that no one expected. He's 40 now, so he's not young, but he's young as a manager. Yeah, I think there'll be a Championship job that might open up for him, but I don't know where. Okay, I don't know where.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.